and better enhance our ability to attract investment. And the Invisible Hand Foundation, Mr. Katzman would have stepped forward. They had, I believe, the necessary skill set. Incidentally, he is a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis and has been with us since 2015, as he likes to call himself, a Nevisian, and we welcome you, sir. Mr. Dorr, who has been instrumental, Ms. Movin and the team at NIPA. Of course, Ms. Movin heads NIPA. They have been instrumental. And the one other member of the team was Maria Labova, who I gather is also a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis and who assisted us on a consultancy basis. This project was conceived to move Nevis well ahead of the competition insofar as investment and the ease of doing business is concerned. The concept that came to me and which I readily accepted as Minister of Finance and the person responsible for trying to get investment to the island was really to create a platform that those internationally who wanted to invest could have essentially a one-stop shop. We will get to a point where the experts will take us through the site. But my understanding of it, perhaps from a layperson's perspective, is that this site will provide us and provide investors with a portal into Nevis. That through this site you will see certain sectors that we're seeking to promote. Through this site you will be introduced to service providers on the island. Through this site you will have, when it's fully developed and the second phase is implemented, you will have things where you can calculate as an investor how much your fees and costs and the like will be. It will be a tool which is interactive so that NIPA and the staff there will be able to respond to queries that investors might have. And essentially it is designed to really put the best face of Nevis forward and to take us into this digitized world in a serious way. We are hopeful because the examples that we have looked at to come up with this are really examples which are cutting edge. We've heard Singapore mentioned, for example, and they are an example of what we're trying to not only mimic, but I believe we're trying to even do better than and surpass. So the intention here is really to create something unique, something that is avant-garde, something that is certainly on the cutting edge for the island of Nevis, and to put us in terms of our investment platform on a particular plateau, which is unparalleled in the region. And we are hopeful, members of the media and members of the public, and certainly to the investment community out there, that when they look at this site and they look at what we've been able to do, that they will agree that we've really tried to take this to the next level. We certainly at some point will invite questions from the media, if there are any, but the purpose today really was to unveil the site, and for me as Premier of Nevis to say how pleased I am that we have been able to do this in a relatively short space of time. You will see it when it's rolled out now, but this first phase really has been delivered on time. In fact, they were ready to go and I asked them to delay briefly so that we could do it today, bearing in mind that I had another press engagement just late last week. But this is all part and parcel of Nevis's thrust to get investment, for more business. I have said, I believe in budget addresses past, that NIPA has to do more in terms of being the engine for investment coming in to the island of Nevis. And Ms. Movin, I can assure you and the staff that we recognize the significance of NIPA. This is one effort on our part to show NIPA that we are serious about what NIPA does and that NIPA has to become now the focal point for investment coming into the island of Nevis. We see this model at work elsewhere, and we definitely want NIPA to play its full role, which is to be the portal, which is to be the gateway for investment coming into the island. So today for me is a very proud day. I'm hopeful that you, the members of the media and the members of the public and the international investment community will be as excited about this project as I am. A lot of work has gone into it. A lot of meetings has occurred. I won't tell you some of the places that we've met, but I can tell you that Mr. Dorr and Mr. Katzman have found me sometimes when I'm on the roadside in somebody's yard, I believe I was one time, and they came in a vehicle to show me the latest mock-up and where they were. So a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of enthusiasm has gone into this particular project. And I'm hopeful that as Nevis matures, as Nevis grows, not only as a financial services sector, but as an island and as a jurisdiction, that we will continue to make the case that we offer an enabling environment, an excellent environment for investment and for investors globally to come in. So whether it's in tourism, hospitality, whether it's in property development, whether it's in financial services, renewable energy, infrastructure, housing, agriculture, whatever the sector, this site should provide you now with a comprehensive view of what Nevis has to offer. And we're hopeful that persons are going to gravitate to it and that you, the members of the media, will help us to promote it so that investors know that Nevis is open for business. Thank you. Thank you for all who had a hand in this. I am truly grateful that the effort has borne spectacular fruit, and I'm hopeful that this site really takes Nevis to the next level insofar as business and business generation is concerned. Thank you, and may we use this site, and may investors find that this site is what we intended it to be, which is a gateway to Nevis and a very substantial movement forward for the island insofar as the digital age is concerned. Thank you, and we look forward to any questions you may have as we go along with this press conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Premier, for those brief and inspiring remarks. At this point, I'll ask Ms. Kimon Movin, Director of NIPA, to come forward to give us an overview of the platform and then to take us into the platform itself. And she'll be assisted by Mr. Jacob Katzman, who has been the project manager and the main instrumental person working with us on this platform. Ms. Movin.
Honorable Premier Mark A.G. Brantley, Minister of Finance, Honorable Alexis Jeffers, Deputy Premier, Honorable Eric Evelyn, members of Cabinet, Legal Advisor, Mr. Colin Doe, Permanent Secretary of Finance, Mrs. Joan Brown, Assistant Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Jacob Katzman, Project Manager of the NIA Digital Platform, members of the press, and online viewers, a pleasant good morning. Today, the Nevis Investment Promotion Agency is pleased to launch a revamped, investor-friendly website and a new logo to rebrand the image of the agency in keeping with its mandate of being the investor's point of contact to facilitate matters related to investment opportunities in Nevis. The new logo is adorned with vibrant colors, some reminiscent of our national flag and others significant to Nevis. The top contour of Nevis Peak portrays our green and natural landscape, which reflects a wholesome and safe environment with fresh appeal. The red depicts our strength and pivoting through challenges. The yellow for our annual sunshine and captures the spirited and imaginative people of Nevis. The blue for the land of beautiful waters, reminiscent of secure reliability and honesty. The line effects represent movement and growth, a link to finance and investment. The first phase of the revamping entails the rebranding of the agency and website launch for which we are here today. The second phase will introduce the service providers and a real estate component. The third phase introduces the functionality of registering online via the platform to upload documents for approval for specific projects or establishing a business on the island. The website seeks to improve and expand services to attract more local and foreign investors to the island of Nevis. The website features a homepage which highlights an intro video featuring the Honorable Premier and Minister of Finance and Investment, the country profile, why invest in Nevis, our services, which entails the digital platform, Nevis exporters, the investment calculators for investors who may wish to calculate the cost of doing businesses here, and services, service providers, and registration. There's also an investment opportunities listing tab, the investment sectors, which include our priority areas, namely financial services, agriculture, tourism services, filming and entertainment, information technology. About NIPA, the media and investor stories which we will see today, and a contact tab for easy access to facilitate the investors' investment inquiries. The website is very interactive and user-friendly, and it has the ability to track the progress of various applications routed for approval throughout the respective government departments. We invite all potential investors, both local and international, to register on the platform when it becomes available. Submit your project proposals and other pertinent documents which will be reviewed and assessed by the competent staff at NIPA before submission to Cabinet for consideration. Another feature of this electronic investment platform includes a listing of service providers, the types of concessions offered by government, and procedures to observe when businesses are submitting documents to other government agencies. The Nevis Investment Promotion Agency aims to enhance the investor experience, encourage investment in the priority sectors, build partnerships, assist in improving the national ranking in the Ease of Doing Business Index, and improve the economic landscape of Nevis through the use of this website, marketing initiatives, and through improved internal processes. The website can be accessed by visiting www.investnevis.org. That's www.investnevis.org. Thank you, and I will now introduce the project manager for the NIA digital platform, Mr. Jacob Katzman, to walk us through the site. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kimon. Honorable Premier, ministers, members of the press. I'm honored to work on this project, and before showing you the site, I would like to thank members of the project team that made this possible. I would like to acknowledge Ms. Sasha Godet, who is our business analyst, who prepared the requirements for the platform. Ms. Maria Labova, who worked on website design. So the design you're going to see, this is her work, as well as the fact sheets that you will see. Graham Cumberbatch, the videos that you will see on the site have been filmed by Graham, as well as edited by him. Our local Casey Jeffers, the photographs that you will see on the website has been done by Casey. Javon Claxton, our IT lead, who worked on the project and works on the project. Our partners in Switzerland, EWM, who developed the platform. And of course, Ms. Moving and her team at NIPA. And it would not be possible, of course, without Mr. Dorr, who pushed us and challenged us to not only revamp NIPA as a website and the branding, but actually to create an NIA digital platform, as Mr. Brantley said, to set us apart even beyond the likes of Singapore. So just to bring you back to where we are and where we are today, I would like to show you what was developed in 2015, which is the existing NIPA platform. If we can just play the video from the past for you to see where we are today and where we came from.
Welcome to Nevis.
It's easy to believe that all Caribbean islands are the same until you visit Nevis.
Nevis is the Caribbean of a bygone era.
You will enjoy a most intimate vacation on Nevis. You're only a stranger here once.
We offer exclusive and barefoot luxury stays.
With only 400 hotel rooms, our island may be exclusive.
But the warm, genuine, and friendly welcome is just everywhere.
We look forward to meeting you.
Visit nevisisland.com.
So this is where we were. And if we can please have the new website up. Just go up a bit to the home page. Just scroll up. If we can please play the intro video of the new Invest Nevis, the new logo.
My name is Mark Brantley, and I am the Premier of Nevis. We encourage investors to come because we offer generous concessions in relation to real estate development, tax holidays, duty-free concessions, work permit concessions in an environment which is very conducive to investment. Because we are a stable democracy with stable laws, a stable court system, and a good cadre of support, both in terms of architects, builders, accountants, lawyers, you name it, the support system exists here. And so that allows as well people to come in and have the comfort of knowing that they can find workers who can deliver at the highest possible levels. The Caribbean is one of the most beautiful places in the world, and Nevis is one of the most beautiful places in the Caribbean. Nevis is synonymous with tourism. Nevis, in fact, had the first hotel in the Caribbean, the Bath Hotel. And so we have been receiving guests and being hospitable to people now for centuries. Nevis has already started to make a name for itself for fashion shoots, and I think that we were on the cover of Vogue recently. We recognize that other Caribbean countries are also interested in film, but I think Nevis can do it better and do it smarter, and certainly I think we can be a very attractive destination for the entertainment industry. We have a very natural environment for film that people would appreciate, and it is an industry we can do well in. Nevis is a small island, to be sure. We punch well above our weight, and compared to others in the region, we offer a very good environment for investment.
So, as was mentioned by Ms. Moving, the initial phase of the project is rebranding of the NIPA. And rebranding is the new logo, also Invest Nevis. The old site, after this press conference, will be pointing to this site. And the first thing that investors will see is investment opportunities. Because we want to attract investors, we need to show them what we have available in Nevis. And one of the functionality that we have developing and will be further developing is the ability to package information in a way that an investor can make a decision by looking at something. So if you're trying to sell something to someone, you need to give them key information. And today we're bombarded by all kinds of information. And if you're not succinct, if you're not clear what we have available, it's very difficult to sell. So what we've developed at NIPA is a fact sheet. So for example, if you click on the call center, you get the information of a fact sheet that provides all the key information for an investor to take a look, make a decision to contact NIPA, and ask further information or to visit the site. And the functionality that will be added by the summer is that NIPA will be able to package everything from around the island, whether it's agriculture, whether that's tourism or real estate, and create actionable fact sheets that will be uploaded, and the investor will be able to search by category in order to find those opportunities in order for them to be actionable. And this is the first thing that you see when you come to the homepage. You see the opportunities. And we hope that this will become a lead generation engine to further attract investors, so nobody have to make a phone call, find a person. They already can call and say, I'm interested in prime development land, or I'm interested in the call center. And then Kimon and her team can action that and to close the deal. So instead of being reactive, as NIPA is going to become proactive. We're going to become closers, and we're going to become a revenue generating agency for Nevis. Going below, we're going to see country profile or why Nevis. And again, the design of the site is very minimalistic in order to get the key information to the investor why they want to come to Nevis. And here in this image itself, we project happiness, we project balance, we project that Nevis is not just about, land and sea, it's about people. Because if anybody, and we did this actually by doing investor stories. We interviewed investors in Nevis, and I'll come to that section. And we asked them, what are the 3 main reasons why you're in Nevis? Why did you invest in Nevis? And the answer was the people was the #1 answer, is because you feel here like you're at home. You don't feel like you're a foreigner. And you cannot say that about some of the other islands. If you go down to the next section of the homepage, you get to how NIPA can help. And this is modeled after the Singapore Development Board in terms of using information icons to portray key information. So you're not overburdened with a lot of text, but you see key points as to what the role of NIPA is and how NIPA can help you as an investor. If you go further down, you're going to go to a functionality that Mr. Brantley and Ms. Moving referred to called investment calculators. So obviously, we offer a lot of incentives. But if you're an investor, how do you know what those incentives are? It's very confusing to figure it out. So what we're going to do, we're going to provide a very easy calculator that the investor can put in the sector, they can put in the information, and they can see exactly what their incentives are. And if you're a real estate developer, you want to build a boutique hotel, if you want to build a villa over a certain amount, you'll be able to use the real estate calculator to calculate your land costs, your development costs, your land holding license cost, your immigration cost, to be able to see exactly what your cost. And you can compare this to, for example, investing in another island and make your decision. So I believe that will be a very important feature as well to show investors how attractive Nevis is to them. If you go down to the next functionality, you will see these service providers. Again, why is this important? If you're coming into Nevis, what is the first thing you're looking for? You're looking for a lawyer. Hopefully you get a good lawyer. But after you get a good lawyer, what else do you need if you want to build a villa here? You need to find a project manager, you need to find a surveyor, you need to find an accountant, you need to find a developer, you need to find contractors. So service providers will be that listing of not just anyone, but certified businesses, owners that's been in Nevis more than 3 years with a business license, who are vetted and who are able to provide quality service. And if I'm an investor, which I am, and I'm coming to Nevis, I want to be able to send a request for quotation to 2 or 3 providers and get a quote. And if I only know one lawyer who may introduce me or may not introduce me, it's very difficult. So here, going to the website, I'm able to see the listing of all the providers. I'm able to contact them and get my information that I need to make a decision, to make that investment decision. And the easier we're going to make it for investors, the more investors will come and invest in Nevis. If you go down. So here, this is what Mr. Dorr challenged us. When we were doing the revamp of the branding, Mr. Dorr asked the question, what about, can we use this platform to connect NIPA and that investor proposal to other government departments? Because any investor today, most of them need a land holding license, most of them need work permits, most of them need to create a company and do everything else. So what is happening today? Are we digital today? We have PDF forms that you can complete and you can send in. That's not digital. So what we're creating here is a true digital platform to move those documents electronically. And whether it's an investor completing them, whether it's a registered agent completing them, or whether it's a local person in Nevis completing that, the idea is to this become really an NIA digital platform to connect. And once that information is completed, it should not be completed again. So we're helping people to save time, put in their profile, put in their company information, and as they do additional forms, they will be able to reuse that information, and the government itself with the departments will be able to use that information between themselves to be more efficient. So if you go down to the next functionality. So this is building on what I mentioned previously. We're not going to, I mean, there are over 35 different forms within NIA. We're not going to tackle all of them at the same time. We're going to look at the ones that are mostly used and introduce them step by step in order to digitize the whole process. If you can go down. Exporters and exporting is the key for any economy to grow. We want to help the exporters in Nevis to be noticed. And whether it's an exporter in agriculture sector or light manufacturing, we believe that we're able to grow that. And in order to grow that, we have to be noticed. So this is an opportunity for exporters in Nevis to be registered on the NIA to Invest Nevis website and to be able to profile what they have to offer to the world. If you go to the investment sectors, and I'm just going to take you briefly through the investment sectors to show you how that has been changed, because in any investment promotion agency website, you're going to find investment sectors, and these are the sectors that NIPA has identified. And Mr. Brantley announced last week that the 2 movies are going to be shot here in Nevis. It's actually the video that you saw in the beginning was the marketing reason why Mr. Martinez and MSR Media actually came to Nevis. They saw that video, believe it or not, during the production phase at an office of a videographer who was making the video. And they identified that Nevis wants to be serious for the entertainment industry. And believe it or not, before even the site went live, the marketing already had an impact that we have these two movies and we're enjoying that investment from the MSR Media. So I believe that the others will follow, and providing we execute and we make sure we treat this project properly and we're able to be efficient, we believe this will be a further stimulus for growth in the entertainment industry, and this is one of the industries that we would like to focus and grow further. If you go down to the next, obviously the real estate is a very important sector, and this is all these images that you're seeing has been taken in Nevis. These are authentic images on the website, not stock images, most of them are, and speaks about our desire to advance the real estate investment. Obviously, agriculture is a sector we want to do a lot more, and this is one of the sectors we're encouraging investors to come in. Financial services, you've heard of the new bank coming into Nevis. Again, we'd like to attract more financial services as we are. The tourism services that we're known for. Light manufacturing. And then communication, information technology. So these are the 7 sectors that we're focusing to develop. And another important element of the website is investor stories, because we wanted to have the investors connect and hear from the current business owners what it's like to invest in Nevis. And we're communicating through video, through their own stories. And I would like you to take 1 minute and just see one example of such an investor story. I think you recognize this gentleman. The audio?
You know, I had a job, my first job, my only job I ever had in my life. I used to be a lifeguard. Came a long, long way from St. Kitts almost 27 years ago with a dream and $100 in my pocket. Well, you know, I had a job, my first job, my only job I ever had in my life. I used to be a lifeguard in St. Kitts, and I get fired, you know. And I was confused. I didn't know what to do. And I always loved Nevis. You know, Nevis has always been a very, very special place in my heart, you know. So I decided, you know, I'm going to go to Nevis and try my luck. Four Seasons at the time was under construction. Bought a 6-pack of beers and 10 pounds of chicken and start catering to the construction workers. Nevis is a very special place, and compared to St. Kitts, it attracts a very high-end clientele, you know. We get people like Michael Douglas, Barbara Streisand, Jay-Z and Beyonce, the late Whitney Houston, Bill Clinton. They've all been here. Well, you know, you find something in life you like to do, and you do it from your heart, you know. You treat people well, you make them feel at home, and everything just happened from there on, you know. People are looking for an experience, you know, and when they come here, the first thing to say, you know, this is what we're looking for. This is the real Caribbean. If I have to describe Nevis in 3 words, I say friendly, safe, and lots of sunshine.
So you can see the branding in every video, Invest Nevis. One more investor story I want to share with you is a story of Drift, just above, if you can. Just go. This is, I think you all know the owner of Drift and Luna, Mr. Mark Fuller. That's his story.
My wife and I have been in the Caribbean, living, working, traveling for the better part of 40 years. 9 years ago, we ended up on Nevis, and we're very glad we did. Decided to move here permanently a few years ago. Beautiful beaches, that are virtually empty, so the beach is like your own. The experiences as an investor was quite seamless, actually. It's the local people were a joy to deal with, very positive. That's one of the highlights of Nevis too, just wonderful people to deal with. What's keeping us here is the way of life. One of the big reasons is because it still has a feeling of being somewhat undiscovered. It's quite an eye-opener that there's still something like this exists on this planet. The local produce, what they normally call ground provisions, are outstandingly good. Tomatoes in particular are wonderful. They still taste like a real tomato. We can source most of our produce for the restaurant locally. We've got a handful of farmers we deal with, and even the roadside people on the market have great product. We're developing our restaurant into a 12-month business as opposed to a 6-month business. The local people enjoy going out just as much as the tourists, so it's very rewarding to get local people coming to the restaurant in a good number and getting a nice balance. As I say, it's been gratifying and rewarding.
So I want to end by saying that encourage you to look at the website on your mobile phones. So the website is mobile friendly. It's been designed using the latest technology available. And I hope you will see that the style and the image that we are portraying here is really the next level of what it is today. And we're very proud we have that opportunity to leapfrog. I think Mr. Bradley used to leapfrog the competition. Today, as technology moving forward, we don't have to, we can follow and we can exceed. We just need to believe that we can do it. And we certainly hope shown today that we can, and we're going to continue. And this is only the first step. This is phase 1, as Ms. Moving said. Phase 2, we'll be introducing around May this year is the service providers and the opportunity upload. And the phase 3, towards July, August, we'll be introducing the actual platform, the electronic forms, and the investment calculators. So this is the beginning, not the end. And I hope you like the beginning, and I hope you will be with us for the journey that lays ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Movin and Mr. Katzman, for laying out for us the scope of the platform. As you see from it, the whole idea is to digitize the operations of the NIA, starting, of course, with the investment part of it, because we need foreign investment if we have to move forward. But the whole idea is to create a platform such that the services of government can be offered seamlessly, can be offered easily and readily available to all. One of the interesting parts of this platform is the fact that our local people can put themselves in the face of the international community. You're a local businessman, you have something to sell. Of course, if you're in business, you have something to sell. So we are challenging our people now to rise to the challenge, to get your product listed, get your videos created, because of course you want to be able to show what you have and show it in a very good way so as to convince somebody who is sitting at their computer halfway around the world, they are good products in Nevis. Our lawyers, all our professional service providers, they would be listed as well, of course, for a fee at a later date. But at the inception, we are trying to get on the platform everyone who an investor would need to deal with in order to make an informed decision about investing in Nevis. And we want them to be able to make that decision not by buying a ticket and coming to Nevis. Make the decision where you are, then come to Nevis to implement. What we have at present, you have to come to Nevis, see the landscape, see what's available, know who is here, know what they can offer you, then go back and make up your mind as to, if these are available here, what do I need to bring? We are doing it the other way. We are being proactive, we are in your face. Straight away, you know, these are what we have, and you know straight away what you need to bring to convert your investment into reality. So we are hoping that that would cut down on the turnaround time on these projects, and we can get investors who come ready to execute because they have a full idea of what is available, what are the conditions on island, and can make an informed decision. At this point, we'll invite questions from the media.
Is there an avenue for persons who are interested in citizenship by investment?
if you can please go to Why Nevis. There's a drop-down. And go to Citizenship by Investment. So there is a section of the website which is devoted to advertising our Citizenship by Investment program. And that's to answer your question. I think the answer is yes. Another very interesting new feature, a new service that we're introducing, if you go to our services, there is concierge services. It's actually under Why Nevis, I believe. If you go to Why Nevis, concierge services. So what we're introducing here is for those serious investors who would like to come to Nevis and invest, it's not only the citizenship part, it's the citizenship part with the investment part, as well as to understand and to be able to link and to explain how they can benefit by not only becoming a citizen, but also by investing. We believe by providing the concierge service is a dedicated representative from NIPA that will be able to follow the process of that investor from everything that they need, from obtaining their passport to looking at specific investment opportunities, by guiding them and making sure that everything that they need is followed through. And we believe that that, I would say, white glove service or VIP service will be instrumental by bringing serious large investors to Nevis.
Any more questions? The media? Anyone? Are we sold on the project?
Yeah, we're sold.
and so the media then can help us to spread the word around that Nevis, we are open for business, ready for business. We are taking a different approach, and that we are here. Now, I need to make reference on the concierge service, because over the years, we have heard from many developers some of the struggles they have maneuvering between the various departments of government. And so one of the main things we want to be able to do from this platform is to make it seamless, in that once it goes into NIPA, the dedicated staff of NIPA will be the one who's running the rounds between the government agencies. And therefore, as a developer, you are dealing with one entity, which is NIPA. If your plans need to go down to planning, this feedback need to come back to you. You only get into the picture if the agency need to speak to you directly. And so you are not today making a trip to an alien land holding license office, tomorrow to the company registry, next day to Ministry of Finance for a business license. All of that flows through NIPA. Once the relevant information is captured, and the forms, if you were to look at some of the forms, you'll realize the information you've been filling in at all of these agencies are basically the same. So you're kind of more repeating at every agency. So by merging the forms, it flows seamlessly, and we're hoping that would cut the turnaround time considerably, and that we can have the project underway in the shortest possible time. So it's a new concept, a new idea, and we're all excited about it. We're all ready to put it to work and ensure that it brings the desired benefit for Nevis in a very short term. Last go, any more questions? Anyone? Okay, I wish to, at this point, I guess at the future press conferences, as we roll out, you'll get more questions to me on these things. Okay, at this point, I wish to thank the NIPA team. We have worked hard over the last couple of months, including myself and Joan Brown from the Ministry of Finance, trying to conceptualize what was going to be this new concept. I wish also to thank Jacob Katzman and Maria Lobova. These two persons are economic citizens, and we are always grateful when our expat community can find ways to use their international experience to help us. And I think Mr. Katzman has done that in a great way. The Canadian experience, he has brought it to the fore. He has been leader in business for a number of years in Canada, and he understands if Nevis is going to get where we are, he was willing to come on board and give us some ideas, share his experience. Of course, not only just make Nevis home, but also willing to contribute to his new home, Nevis, and we are thankful. And we wish to use this opportunity as well to encourage other experts who have this kind of experience and want to share it with us. You'd have been here, you'd have seen what's happening, you have seen where we can improve. We're inviting you to come forward. At the Ministry of Finance, we are always willing to dialogue with you to see how we can implement your ideas, your recommendation as we move forward to make Nevis better for all of us. We to thank the Honourable Premier for his overwhelming support of the project from the inception. He admonished us to get going, stay within budget, which we still think we are within budget, but to produce something that can bring the desired results in Nevis. And I'm pleased that he's happy with what we have produced so far. This being the first phase, and by the time we finish the whole digitization of government, I'm sure Honourable Premier and his cabinet will be very proud of the work we have done. To Ms. Movin and Mr. Katzman for making the presentation, we thank you for outlining to both the listening audience and those who are here with us present in terms of what the platform can bring. And we are hoping that this is the development that can take us into the new era, into the cutting-edge technology for development in Nevis. I want to thank you, the media, as well, for being here, and I trust that you'll, now that you're sold on the project, you'll use your good offices to help us get the word around, and also to encourage all who can benefit from the platform to use it, make yourself available for what is there, and so that we can promote Nevis in the best possible way. Thank everyone for coming, and may you have a good day. Thank you.